Welcome back. We have been talking about legendary singer Tony Bennett facing Alzheimer's disease. Unfortunately, it does sometimes take a star of that magnitude to get people to once again talk about things affecting our communities closely. And of course, the Alzheimer's does affect almost everyone in some way in their family.
It is so sad to think about. Program Director Jamie Gay joining us live now, and we appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We'll get right to it, Jamie. When somebody, like Cody mentioned, known so well across the world really, opens up about their battle with Alzheimer's, how does this shed light on maybe what other patients are going through here locally?
Well, I feel like it just gives them a different connection, and first we want to thank Tony and his family for sharing their story, because all too often people are so silent about this disease, and so I feel that with Tony coming out and talking about Alzheimer's, that it will allow people to maybe have more conversations with their families and with their doctors, and to seek the support that is so desperately needed.
And Bennett's family says that his doctors encouraged him to keep on singing, try to keep on playing music. And how do these activities and other hobbies that people don't sing, how do they help these patients as they start to go through the process of Alzheimer's?
Yeah, so, a wise woman once told me that life doesn't end with Alzheimer's, a new one begins. And to continue to still do all the activities and hobbies that you love, especially music. Music really is magical, because it's stored in all parts of our brain, so it kind of helps us to make those other connections throughout our lives, and there's so many memories that are connected to music, and so just to continue to live and live well with the diagnosis, and especially just remaining staying connected with each other. Even now virtually, we're still doing that with the Alzheimer's Association.
I want to ask you, what are some of those early signs of Alzheimer's? What do we need to look for, and then when should you actually go and see a doctor?
So, everyone, automatically assumes that, oh, I forgot why I came into the room. Alzheimer's and dementia is so much more than just forgetting things. There's so many other layers, getting lost, going to places, word finding, just being able to continue with a conversation, with someone. And you can always go to our website, alz.org/SC, and we have the 10 signs available for you to look at. And we also offer many community education programs to include knowing what the 10 warning signs are. And if you notice things we all kind of forget things here and there, or, we might get lost going to a place, but it's when it all kind of adds up, and it's more than just one thing. And the moment you feel any kind of concern with your cognition, you should definitely talk with your doctor, and not to be ashamed, because early detection and early support is definitely critical for survival and continued independence.
And Jamie, I lost my grandmother. It would be 12 years on Valentine's Day to Alzheimer's, and for our family, what I saw was really the effect it had on my grandpa. He took care of her for the 13 plus years she had it. And I think people really forget, I think the caregivers need to maybe get more help just as much than the folks who are going through that battle. Because at some point, they don't know they have Alzheimer's, but it seemed to my grandpa, it affected him for long after he lost her too, just the toll it took on him.
Yeah, the toll that it takes on caregivers is unprecedented. Again, it's the acknowledgement that there's something going on, seeking out the support way before you even need it, because there are many resources that the community, including the Alzheimer's Association, offers to the family caregivers, as well as individual caregiver support groups that we have for people who are living with early stages of Alzheimer's. And it's, again, just seeking out that connection with each other, because unfortunately and fortunately, you're not alone. Families are not alone on this. There's over 318,000 people here in South Carolina alone that are caregivers for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia. And again, it's just seeking that support and that connection and education sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's such good information, because as Cody mentioned, it could take such a toll on the people around this person. And again, for people to not be afraid to reach out to you guys and to other advocates in our community. I know that seems like just probably the best thing to do for that support, and maybe to find other people who've gone through it too, to share their stories.
Yes, we have, the Alzheimer's Association has switched to all virtual programming right now. So like I said, we have a variety of caregiver support group meetings that families can connect with. Some of them are very specified for like people who have someone in a long-term care facility, people who are grieving for the loss of their loved one. And we have a phenomenal program that we just started, and it's called Living Well, Life Beyond My Diagnosis. And each month, someone living with the early stages of Alzheimer's or dementia talks about their journey, and it's open to anybody who would like to just learn more and hear from the experts themselves.
And Jamie, we're out of time, but I know with COVID, you guys have taken a big hit too on campaign fundraising throughout the year too. How can people help you guys out if they do want to help? And I know you guys do a lot of work out there.
Yeah, so we're still continuing with all of our events. We have the ride coming up in July and the longest day in June, and then our walk in the fall. And so you can always call our helpline at 800-272-3900, or you can go to our website, alz.org/SC, and then you can look for ways to donate through that. And again, just to still, Alzheimer's and dementia doesn't stop because of COVID and the world kind of shutting down. So we're here for the families, and we continue to be.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much. Good to see you, and I'm sure we'll see you in the near future. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Take care.